Now, solubility of mixture of gases at a given temperature in a given solvent depends on their partial pressure. Write down this line. Solubilities of mixture of gases at a given temperature in a given solvent depend on their partial pressure. Basically, what I try to convey here is गैस A की solubility डिपेंड करेगी गैस A के partial pressure पे, B proportional to B, C proportional to C. So the gas which will have more partial pressure will have more amount dissolved. Easy? Please draw this diagram, note down this whole thing. Solubility is proportional to pressure, आप पहले लिख चुके हो, Henry's law. Now the same thing is written in a different way. All right. Now, note down this question and try to solve. Next page आपके पास होगा solubility of gas in liquid में. इसमें question note करिए. लिख ले सभी ने. Try. Note down this question and solve. Question note कर लो और solve करो. Solubility of oxygen, nitrogen and carbon monoxide is given in gram per liter. Is these many grams for 1 liter of water at 15 degrees Celsius. At 15 degrees Celsius, right? At 760 mm mercury pressure. Basically, 760 mm is 1 atmosphere, right? So when 760 is the pressure of oxygen, this is solubility in gram for 1 liter of water. हाँ. ओके एक बार इसको पढ़ लीजिए. Ronak, are you there?
Yes, sir. 1 minute. I don't know.
कितने लोग क्वेश्चन की लैंग्वेज समझ में आ रही है? See, 760 mm pressure per 1 liter of water में solubility of oxygen is this, nitrogen is this, carbon monoxide is this value. Any problem? A mixture containing 10% oxygen, 70% nitrogen, 20% carbon monoxide by mole. This is the molar distribution. As you can see, mole fractions are 0.1, 0.7 and 0.2. At a pressure of 740 mm. This time, this is total pressure. यहाँ पे individual 760, 760, 760, यहाँ पे 740 total है. और पूछा जा रहा है 200 ml of water at 15 degrees Celsius. What weight of each will be dissolved? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon monoxide. At least solve for oxygen. Solve for oxygen. Try करें. Question की language समझ में आई? Yes. See, oxygen इतने ग्राम per liter of water at this pressure. In your mixture, oxygen is 0.1 mole fraction. 740 is the total pressure. So oxygen का pressure कितना होगा? 74 units. So can you calculate 74 units में इसकी 74 अगर इसका pressure है तो solubility क्या होगी? If 760 solubility is this, 74 what is the solubility? Can you get that? This is given. This is asked. Only catch is 200 ml of water. Try to give me at least for oxygen. पूरा solve करके final answer दीजिए. I'm not multiplying. See, this is one part. This is given. Now they are asking a mixture containing 10% oxygen, 70% nitrogen, 20% CO by mole at a total pressure of 740 millimeter. अभी अपने थोड़ी पहले mole fraction into total pressure is partial pressure लिखा था. So can we get partial pressure of oxygen? Partial pressure is what? Mole fraction 0.1 into total pressure 740. Anybody got the answer for oxygen? Just solve for oxygen. N2CO आप बाद में करते रहना. एक सॉल्व करके दिखा दो कि ये वैल्यू है. कुछ गड़बड़ किया आपने. Why 16 you're multiplying? This is gram per liter. So we're multiplying. What weight of each gas is dissolved? Correct. This is for 1 liter. For 200 ml. So can you show 0.048? So you're taking 740 as the total pressure. No. 74 by 760, no? Because 740 is, in this case 740 is total pressure. Read this. Correct. Then should be fine. This calculation is not correct. Rest concept wise correct. Check once. See 10%. These are percent by mole. Percent by mole means what? Percent by mole is same as, if you divide by 100, these can give you mole fractions. So 0.1, 0.7 and 0.2 are the mole fractions. (74) is the pressure of oxygen. Now question is, at 760 pressure oxygen was this. Kuch numbers are not matching. So we can say 760, your values are proportional to 0.048. 74, this value will be how much? Can you solve this number? Itni si baat hai. And whatever you get, make it 1/5. Why 1/5? Because that's in 200 ml of water. Itna hi karna hai. 760 value is given. 760 for the first case, when these three things are given, O2, N2CO, these are the solubilities for 760 mm Hg pressure at this temperature. 760 of this is the... No, but see, 760 is individual here. As per read the language, this is given data. इसमें कोई fraction की बात कर रहा है नहीं. यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है? Total, each of them is at 760. Okay. That's very much clear with the language also, right? This is correct. Good. You got the answer. Chinmay got the answer. Others, please try to get the numbers.
I'm getting in decimal.
Decimal में आएगा यार. कितना आ रहा है?
I'm getting like 0.0092 or something.
हाँ ठीक आ रहा है. Just tell the number properly. ऐसे डर क्यों रहे? Yes, what's the answer? देखो ये आंसर आना चाहिए 9.4 into 10 power minus 4 one line question था 74, 518, 140 are the values of pressure. Solubilities ratio will be 760 upon 74 because that's proportional to pressure. This solubility is given at 760. How much was that? 0.048. Use that data. Okay. Solve for the other temperature and make it 1/5. Why 1/5? Because this number is 1/5 is this number. Why 1/5? Because this is for 1 liter. You have to solve for 200 ml. कर पाओगे? Is it clear? Shavya and Shavya. Clear? Adya, Arav, Sanjana, Yatarth, Niharika, Chinmay has done already. Here,
740.
740 is total pressure. Read the question. 740 is total pressure. See here. Yeah, this is total pressure. A mixture containing this at a pressure of this is bubbled through. Mixture का pressure है वो. So individual pressure कितना होगा तरुण? 74 for oxygen. कर लेंगे? Have the questions clear? ये था clear? And why are we making 1/5? ये भी clear है? Because that is 200 ml. Had it been 300 ml, you have to make it 3/10 or something, right? कर लोगे? Great. Rest आप अपने आप कर सकते हैं. One more question.
Can you show the
Yeah.
Well, I got those space.
पहले लिख लो, थोड़ा पहले आपने जगह यूज की नहीं होगी जहाँ पे सॉलिबिलिटीज लिखा है उसके और पहले देखो वहां भी स्पेस बहुत सारा खाली है. फ्रैक्शनल क्रिस्टलाइजेशन बहुत सारा स्पेस खाली है. यूज दैट स्पेस. So when you write these things, then only it will be understood properly. That's why थोड़ा सा लिखने की प्रैक्टिस भी हो रही. Normally I thought printed form में दे दूं, but printed form में फील नहीं आएगा आपको. बहुत सारी चीजें प्रिंटेड फॉर्म में भी आ गई. अक्षय.
Yes, sir.
चले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे. So just for your kind information, last question which you solved a minute back, that's again an IT question, and this question is again an IT question. ये सब IT एग्जाम में आ चुके हैं. 6 मार्क का क्वेश्चन आया था IT एग्जाम में when it was subjective exam. आंसर इसको पढ़ लो. पढ़ सकते हो इस क्वेश्चन को. अपने आप में ये भी बहुत बड़ा टास्क है, राइट? सॉल्व तो चलो बाद में करते रहना. Read this question properly with patience and understand what is required. Maybe, yes. लिख लीजिए. A solubility of nitrogen in blood at 37 degrees Celsius at partial pressure of 0.8 atmosphere is 5.6 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter. Meaning, नाइट्रोजन इन ब्लड एट दिस टेम्परेचर इतना प्रेशर पे डिसॉल्व है. ठीक है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन है. क्वेश्चन अभी शुरू हो रहा है इसके बाद. अ डीप सी डाइवर ब्रीथ्स compressed air with partial pressure of nitrogen at 4 atmosphere. Okay. Now read this line again. A deep sea diver breathes compressed air. Remember that divers go with some cylinder kind of stuff, okay, hanging on the shoulders and back. तो वो लेके jump करते हैं, scuba diving कर रहे हैं. N2 4 atmosphere. Nitrogen pressure is 4 atmosphere. Can we provide pure oxygen? Pure oxygen you can't, your lungs cannot take, right? It is normal air which is having nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%. So we can't take 100% pure oxygen. That will create a lot of problems.
No, they take 95% oxygen.
हाँ, but not 100%. Okay. Now assume that total volume of blood in the body is 5 liters. Calculate the moles of nitrogen and volume of nitrogen released when the diver returns to the surface from the bottom. कुछ तो पूछ रहा सर इसका ये हेनरीज लॉ यूज कहाँ पे करोगे? तो ये एग्जाम्पल है आपके सामने, स्कूबा डाइविंग में यूज कर सकते हो. Release when diver returns to the surface. Question: why will he release nitrogen when it comes to surface? Yeah, because the partial pressure is different now. Pressure is different, right? So the pressure in atmosphere is different. Pressure inside water is different. Atmospheric pressure is mentioned at 25 degrees Celsius. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Pressure is 1 atm. आपको पता ही है. एक और लाइन लिखी है लास्ट में. Diver returned to the surface from the bottom, where the partial pressure of nitrogen is 0.8 atmosphere. करिए. कैसे यूज करोगे? Try this question. Take it as a challenge problem. इसको सॉल्व करेगा अपने खाली समय में, है ना, घर पे आराम से, एंड सबमिट करिए. So maybe we will consider somebody who gives me the correct solution of this as some prize or something. Yes. So it's a win chocolate question kind of question. जो सबसे पहले आंसर दे देगा बस वही आंसर हो जाएगा, फिर बाद में दूसरे को नहीं मिलेगी. So ASAP. First correct entry will be awarded. जीतो चॉकलेट क्वेश्चन. ऑनलाइन वालों के भी ऑप्शन है, आपको ऑनलाइन में सॉल्व करके भेजना है. चैट जीपीटी को पूछना है तो पूछ लेना, गलत ही बताएगा. चैट जीपीटी एडवांस का क्वेश्चन, एडवांस पेपर चैट जीपीटी कैन सॉल्व ओनली विद एफिशिएंसी ऑफ 30%. आईटी एडवांस का पेपर, तो अभी चैट जीपीटी की शक्तियां उतनी नहीं है, तो अगर आप ट्राई भी करना चाहते हो तो कर लो. इट वोंट गिव यू करेक्ट आंसर फॉर श्योर. इसमें आपकी शक्तियां चाहिए, चैट जीपीटी काम नहीं कर पाएगा. डन. सो वी आर डन. Welcome everyone to your own channel, Anuj Mishra Genius Labs. We are doing DPPs on topic named chemical bonding. Very interesting topic. Let's continue that series. Session number 2. In methane, the bond angle. Question number 4 आपकी स्क्रीन पे. In methane, the bond angle कितना है? 180, 90, 109, 120. Actually, exact answer is 109 degrees 28 minutes. So C option mark करोगे. Question number 5. One would expect the elemental form of cesium at room temperature to be. Cesium का elemental form किस तरीके से होगा? मेटल होगा और सॉलिड होगा, है ना? मेटालिक सॉलिड बोल सकते हैं. Question number 6. Which of the following is false? Glycerol has strong hydrogen bonding. ग्लिसरॉल या ग्लिसरीन का स्ट्रक्चर होता है CH2OH, 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 तीन OH है. H बॉन्डिंग कर सकता है, बिल्कुल ठीक है. ग्लाइकॉल इज अ पॉइजनस अल्कोहल. ओके, आपसे फॉल्स पूछा है, बिल्कुल ठीक है. ग्लाइकॉल एक पॉइजनस अल्कोहल है. Waxes are esters of higher alcohols with higher acid. Make sense? Alkyl halides have higher boiling point than corresponding alcohols. देखो alcohols का boiling point ज्यादा होगा क्योंकि इनके पास OH है और OH के अंदर H bonding हो सकती है, क्लोरीन में नहीं कर पाओगे. So which option you will mark? Option B is false. I'll mark option number D. Question number 7. Ionic radii are proportional to multiple options लिखे हैं. 1 upon effective nuclear charge, 1 upon effective nuclear charge whole square, effective nuclear charge or effective nuclear charge whole square. Basically they are talking about Z effective. Ionic radii का जब आप फॉर्मूला लिखते हो तो लिखते हो n square A naught upon Z effective. तो which is the correct option among these? Option number A. कर पाएंगे? Effective nuclear charge के inversely proportional value होगी. See another question number 8. Which of the following statement is incorrect? He2 does not exist, but its bond order is 0. Does not exist भी बोल रहा है और बोल रहा है bond order is 0. बोल रहा है incorrect है क्या इसमें से कौन सा statement, right? So of course does not exist का मतलब है bond order 0 है, right? चलो इस statement के बाद आगे चलते हैं. O2, O2 minus, O2 plus all are paramagnetic. O2 is paramagnetic, correct. O2 plus yes, O2 minus ये भी ठीक है. आंसर मार्क कर लोगे. थर्ड ऑप्शन Any two atomic orbitals can combine to form two molecular orbitals. Can we combine any two atomic orbital to get molecular orbital? Or it should be of same energy and all those things? Option C is not appropriate. Option D. Pi 2px and pi 2py are degenerate molecular orbitals. Degenerate means equal energy orbitals में आप consider कर रहे हो pi 2px और pi 2py को. That makes sense. Option C is a wrong statement, so we are supposed to mark C. Question number 9. Which of the following pairs will form the most stable ionic bond? Ionic bond अच्छा बनाने के लिए क्या चाहिए होगा? एक strong electropositive element, एक strong electronegative element, right? या आप ऐसे कर सकते हो, एक ऐसा एलिमेंट जिसकी इलेक्ट्रॉन अफिनिटी ज़्यादा हो और एक ऐसा एलिमेंट जिसकी आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी बहुत कम हो. तो वो कॉम्बिनेशन आपको ढूंढ के लाना है. मेरे पास ऑप्शंस में गिवन है NaCl, MgF, LiF and sodium fluorine. Fluorine can be really better. Magnesium fluorine is a better choice than sodium fluorine. तो आप ऑप्शन मार्क करोगे MgF का, ऑप्शन नंबर B. Question number 10. NaF, NaCl, NaBr, NaI and NaF has highest melting point because, इसके लिए आंसर पूछा गया है. मैक्सिमम आयनिक कैरेक्टर, मिनिमम आयनिक कैरेक्टर करके ऑप्शंस हैं. स्मॉल साइज कैटायन, लार्ज साइज एनायन, मोर पोलराइजिंग पावर ऑफ कैटायन एंड मोर पोलराइजेशन विद एनायन. Which option we can mark? Answer will be A option. Check any option. It has maximum ionic character. I hope you understood all these DPPs. See you in the next DPP. Thanks for liking. Greetings everyone. Welcome to your own channel Anusha Genius Labs. We are doing DPPs on chemical bonding. Let's continue this discussion. Question number 11 on your screen. The planar structure of BF3, boron trifluoride, can be explained by the fact that BF3 is sp, sp2, sp3 and sp3 dehybridized. देखिए बहुत सिंपल सा तरीका देते हैं हम आपको हाइब्रिडाइजेशन निकालने का. एक बिल्कुल सिंपल मेथड, बहुत ही इजी मेथड, कोई फॉर्मूला नहीं, कुछ नहीं. आप उस ग्रुप पे जाओ, उसमें देखो वहाँ पे कितने आउटर मोस्ट में इलेक्ट्रॉन होते हैं, उस एलिमेंट को मार्क करो. जितना आपको टेबल के बारे में आइडिया होना चाहिए. बोरॉन के आइटम मोस्ट पे 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन हो सकते हैं, तीनों फ्लोरीन से लिंक है और कोई लोन पेयर नहीं है. तो 3 सिग्मा बॉन्ड होगा. सिंगल बॉन्ड इज सिग्मा, डबल इज 1 सिग्मा 1 पाई, ट्रिपल इज 1 सिग्मा 2 पाई. 3 सिग्मा बॉन्ड, 0 लोन पेयर, 3 + 0 इज 3. और 3 जैसे ही मिला, 2 के केस में sp, 3 के केस में sp2, 4 के केस में sp3, 5 के केस में sp3d. ये स्टैंडर्ड हाइब्रिडाइजेशन आपको आने चाहिए. तो आप क्या मार्क कर दोगे? आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन नंबर यस बी, sp2. 3 सिग्मा बॉन्ड sp2. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 12. The correct order of bond order value among the following. Bond order की वैल्यू की बात चल रही है. मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस आपको गिवन है यहाँ पे. NO-, NO+, NO, NO2+. बॉन्ड ऑर्डर कैसे निकाली जाए? देखो NO की बॉन्ड ऑर्डर हमें पता है. NO की बॉन्ड ऑर्डर कैसे निकालते हैं, या NO+ की कैसे निकालते हैं? NO+ की बॉन्ड ऑर्डर 3 होती है, which is same as नाइट्रोजन, which is same as Cn-. ये सबको पता है. NO+ से जैसे आप NO पे जाओगे तो बॉन्ड ऑर्डर वहाँ पे क्या होगी? चेंज हो जाएगी. लिख लीजिए. NO- की बॉन्ड ऑर्डर है 2, NO+ की 3, NO की 2.5. जैसे आप NO पे जाओगे 2.5 हो जाएगी. Na2+ पे 2.5, NO2- पे आपकी बॉन्ड ऑर्डर हो जाएगी 1.5. सारी वैल्यूज को एक बार अरेंज कर लो. बॉन्ड ऑर्डर निकालते कैसे हैं उसका भी मेथड आपको आना चाहिए. सिग्मा -2, सिग्मा -2, ऑल दोस थिंग्स वी राइट. सिग्मा 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py, we know all those things, right? Remember, when you start NO is 7 + 8, 15. It is no exception. So you have to write sigma first, then pi, and then remove electron. Don't think कि remove electron करते ही आपके पास वो B2C2 N2 स्ट्रक्चर बन जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं सोचना. Okay? So answer you can mark for this particular question. Answer will be option number C. Question number 13. The bond between chlorine and bromine in BrCl3 is. BrCl3 में ब्रोमीन और क्लोरीन के बीच में एक इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव पुल है, राइट? ऑफ कोर्स. ओके, तो पोलैरिटी वहां पे है. Cl ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव है तो नेगेटिव एंड कहां पे फॉर्म होगा? क्लोरीन पे. पोलर विद नेगेटिव एंड ऑन Cl. ऑप्शन you'll mark as option number D. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Which of the following has a regular tetrahedral shape? टेट्राहेड्रल शेप का सीधा एग्जांपल है. NiCN4- मत मार्क करना. DsP2 है, स्क्वायर पेयर है. NiCN5- भी मत मार्क करना. DsP3 है, अगेन स्क्वायर पिरामिडल है. SF4 मत मार्क करना, रेगुलर टेट्राहेड्रल नहीं है. ओके. BF4- आप मार्क कर सकते हो. BF4- is like CH4, like we can say SO4- like PCl4+, like any number of examples I can take. ClO4- or what not. Option C will be your choice. Option D भी नहीं हो सकता. XeO4 planar हो जाएगा. Question 15. Which of the following will have the large dipole moment? देखो डाइपोल मोमेंट अगर आप ऐसा समझ सकते हो, एक पुलर है और एक पुशिंग ग्रुप है, अगर अलाइन हो जाता है और एक डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है ओवरऑल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मूवमेंट, सो ये हाई हो जाती है वैल्यू। चेक ऑप्शन सी, NH2 is a puller, NO2 is a puller, right? NH2 is a pusher, NO2 is a puller. So which option will have the maximum dipole moment value? Option A, B, C and option D भी देखिए आप, NH2 and NO2, which case it is aligned in one direction? ऑप्शन नंबर सी, सी इसका आंसर होना चाहिए, राइट? ओके, नेक्स्ट केस, हाई पूछा है आपसे, लेस पूछा है, लार्ज पूछा हुआ है ना, लार्ज के लिए ऑप्शन सी, लेस के लिए ऑप्शन डी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 16, PCl5 exists but NCl5 do not exist. The reason, इसके ऑप्शंस आप एक बार ध्यान से पढ़ लीजिए। नाइट्रोजन हैज नो वेकेंट 2d ऑर्बिटल, 2d छोड़ो, इसको 3d चाहिए, बट यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है, राइट? So NCl5 is unstable. Nitrogen atom is much smaller than phosphorus. Nitrogen is highly inert कहना चाहते हैं, right? PCl5 exist कर रहा है, NCl5 नहीं। Best answer क्या होगा? There's nothing called 2d and all, right? So option is there is no vacant orbital. You can mark. Question 17. Which of the following pairs of two species are not isostructural? कौन से isostructural? दोनों के structure same नहीं है। Options check करिए। Carbonate, नाइट्रेट, सेम स्ट्रक्चर है, ट्रायगोनल प्लेनर बन जाएगा। AlF6 3- SF6 सेम स्ट्रक्चर है, बन जाएगा। चेक ऑप्शन बी, PF5 एंड BRF5। ओके, PF5 एंड BRF5 क्या इनके स्ट्रक्चर सेम होंगे? यस। ब्रोमीन के पास एक एक्स्ट्रा लोन पेयर है, इट वोंट बी सेम। आंसर विल मार्क बी ऑप्शन। कैन वी सॉल्व सच क्वेश्चंस? आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दीस क्वेश्चंस? क्या आपको क्वेश्चन समझ में आ रहे हैं? ठीक है, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं। द मॉलिक्यूल हैविंग पिरामिडल शेप आउट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज अमोनिया। सीधा सीधा क्वेश्चन है, इसमें क्यों टाइम वेस्ट करना? अमोनिया सबको पता होता है पिरामिडल। क्वेश्चन 19, इफ Na इज लार्जर देन Mg+2 and S-2 is larger than Cl-, which of the following is stable soluble in water, right? So देखिए कैसे करेंगे। ऑप्शन आप यहाँ पे ऑप्शन चेक कर लो, सोडियम क्लोराइड, सोडियम सल्फाइड, मैग्नीशियम क्लोराइड, मैग्नीशियम सल्फाइड। आपको चूज करके लाना है ऑप्शन जहाँ पे आपका जो कैटायन है उसका साइज क्या हो, स्मॉल हो, और एनाइन का साइज बिग हो। वो कॉम्बिनेशन कौन सी है, स्मॉल कैटायन लार्ज एनाइन की, वो आपका आंसर बन सकती है। ऑप्शन डी चेक करिए, ऑप्शन डी वी कैन मार्क। ओके, ऑप्शन डी इज आवर आंसर। आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस DPP. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लाइकिंग, सब्सक्राइबिंग, शेयरिंग। Greetings everyone, welcome to your own channel, Anuj Mishra Genius Labs. Now we are doing a new set of DPPs of a topic named chemical bonding. काफी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक होता है केमिकल बॉन्डिंग, सभी को बहुत मजा आता है इस टॉपिक में। क्वेश्चन भी बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स में आते हैं, ठीक है? आप जेई लिखो, नीट लिखो, बोर्ड लिखो, सब जगह पे आपको हेल्प करेंगे क्वेश्चंस। तो ये पूरे सेशंस जो होंगे इसके केमिकल बॉन्डिंग की पूरी सीरीज जो होगी, इसमें बहुत सारे DPP मैं डिस्कस करूंगा, ठीक है? ऑलमोस्ट 400 से ज़्यादा DPPs डिस्कस करूंगा, PYQs करूंगा। तो आप इसको पूरा एक तरफ से फॉलो कर सकते हैं और यहाँ से लर्निंग आपको काफ़ी सारी मिल सकती है। स्टार्टिंग विद क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, द ट्रू स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग आर PH5 एंड BiCl5 डू नॉट एग्जिस्ट। ऑप्शन 1 लिखा हुआ है। P-pi-D-pi बॉन्ड इज प्रेजेंट इन SO2। मैं इसके डिटेल में भी जाऊंगा, हर एक पॉइंट को एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, टेंशन मत लो। इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रेवल एट द स्पीड ऑफ लाइट। ओके, आपसे पूछा गया ट्रू स्टेटमेंट कौन कौन सी है। SeF4 एंड CH4 हैव सेम शेप। I3+ हैज बेंट ज्योमेट्री। इसमें से कौन कौन से स्टेटमेंट ठीक है? चलिए स्टेटमेंट में शुरू कर लेते हैं। पहले तो P-pi और D-pi को समझो। P-pi D-pi क्या होगा? p ऑर्बिटल और वेकेंट d ऑर्बिटल, इसके बीच में बॉन्ड बना रहे हो, राइट? जैसे कि सोच के देखिए एग्जांपल के तौर पे CCl3-। CCl3- में क्या होगा? क्लोरीन हैज वेकेंट d ऑर्बिटल, कार्बन हैज नेगेटिव चार्ज, सो दैट नेगेटिव चार्ज कैन बी डिस्पोज्ड इन वेकेंट d ऑर्बिटल ऑफ क्लोरीन। अगर ऐसा हुआ तो क्लोरीन का p ऑर्बिटल और क्लोरीन का d ऑर्बिटल और कार्बन का p ऑर्बिटल ओवरलैप कर रहे होंगे। तो यहाँ पे क्या मिला मुझे? 3p-pi 3d-pi kind of situation या 2p-pi 3d-pi kind of situation. Remember carbon is 2p, so 2p-pi 3d-pi kind of situation. ठीक है? अब इस क्वेश्चन में पूछा है SO2 में क्या होगा? क्या SO2 में ऐसी अवेलेबिलिटी है? आंसर इज यस। ऑक्सीजन के पास p ऑर्बिटल है, सल्फर के पास वेकेंट d ऑर्बिटल, तो हो सकता है। ऑप्शन 1, PH5 एंड BiCl5 डू नॉट एग्जिस्ट। बिल्कुल ठीक बात है। स्मॉल साइज हाइड्रोजन फॉस्फोरस के अराउंड 5 नहीं लग सकते आप, और BiCl5 भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता। Bi की स्मॉलर वैलेंसी ज़्यादा स्टेबल होती है, राइट? तो इवन वो +3 से +1 की तरफ बढ़ना चाहता है। अच्छा जी, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रेवल एट स्पीड ऑफ लाइट अराउंड SeF4 एंड CH4 हैव द सेम शेप, इनका शेप सेम होगा। शेप कैसे निकालोगे? CH4 का शेप हो गया टेट्राहेड्रल, SeF4 इज इन द ग्रुप ऑफ सल्फर, SF4 शेप हो गया, विच इज सीसॉ शेप। तो सीसॉ शेप में आपके पास ऑप्शंस दोनों मैच नहीं करेंगे। I3+ इज अ बेंड ज्योमेट्री। I3+ के स्ट्रक्चर में आयोडीन के साथ प्लस चार्ज लगाया तो 6 हो गए, 2 बॉन्ड्स हो गए, 2 नॉन पेयर हो गए। यस, इट इज अ बेंड ज्योमेट्री। sp3 hybridized. So what's my answer? Answer will be 1, 2 and 5. डिटेल क्वेश्चन है, एक ही क्वेश्चन में 5 क्वेश्चंस छुपे हुए हैं। तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस अगर आप सॉल्व करते हो आपके कॉन्सेप्ट्स काफी ज्यादा क्लियर हो जाते हैं। आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस होल क्वेश्चन। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, 1,3-butadiene has how many sigma and pi bonds? आप स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ कर सकते हो। 1,3-butadiene का 2 डबल बॉन्ड्स है, डबल बॉन्ड, सिंगल बॉन्ड एंड अ डबल बॉन्ड। जहां जहां पे डबल बॉन्ड है वो पाई बॉन्ड है, और जहां जहां पे सिंगल बॉन्ड है वो सिग्मा बॉन्ड है। तो कितने पाई बॉन्ड मुझे दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे? 2 पाई बॉन्ड दिख रहे हैं। कितने सिग्मा बॉन्ड दिख रहे हैं? एक CH2 इधर होगा तो 2 सिग्मा बॉन्ड, एक CH2 इधर होगा 2 सिग्मा बॉन्ड, राइट? दोनों जो कार्बन आपने 4 लिखे हुए हैं उन चारों कार्बन के बीच में 3 बॉन्ड, राइट? तो सारे ऐड करके आप निकालो टोटल कितने बॉन्ड, राइट? इंक्लूडिंग हाइड्रोजन आप काउंट कर लेना, और जो बीच में H हैंग करेंगे उनको भी काउंट कर लो। तो आंसर आएगा 9 सिग्मा एंड 2 पाई बॉन्ड्स। 9 sigma and 2 pi bond will mark option number C. Question number 3. The bond between atoms of two elements of atomic number 37 and 53. देखिए 37, 53 को पहले ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा कि ये दोनों है कौन से मेंबर। एक है रुबीडियम, राइट, और एक है आयोडीन। रुबीडियम और आयोडीन, रुबीडियम आ रहा है आपका लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबीडियम, सीजियम यहाँ पे, और आयोडीन आपका आ रहा है दूसरी तरफ, राइट? इनके बीच में बनने वाला बॉन्ड कैसा नेचर रखेगा? कोवेलेंट, आयोनिक, कोऑर्डिनेट और मेटालिक। एक्सट्रीमली इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एंड इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट्स को क्लब करके आप एक बॉन्ड बनाना चाह रहे हो, तो इसका नेचर क्या होगा? आयोनिक बॉन्डिंग, राइट? आंसर विल बी बी ऑप्शन। आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस। ओके, सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट DPP. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लाइकिंग एंड सब्सक्राइबिंग। पेपर which is YB mole fraction, right? So इसके लिए मैं एक वर्ड लिख देता हूँ, mole fraction of A mole fraction of A in vapor phase, mole fraction of B in vapor phase are respectively Y and YB. Now all of you have basic idea about YA is mole fraction, and you know mole fraction into total pressure is how much? Partial pressure. And what is partial pressure of A? What is partial pressure of A? XA PA naught. Look at this data carefully. This is pressure of A. This is total pressure. So YA is how much? YA equals PA divided PT. Note down. What will be YB equal? YB equals PB divided by PT. Yes, vapor phase, vapor phase. YA, YB are right in this case. When I'm saying partial pressure upon total pressure is mole fraction. Which law is being applied here? Dalton's law of partial pressure. Okay, Dalton's law of partial pressures. So first one is, you can see the first vessel where we have XA and XB, liquid phase mole fractions. YA, YB are vapor phase mole fractions, and A and B are pure A PA naught, pure B PB naught. So mathematics of this is very clear. XA PA naught plus XB PB naught equals P total. XA plus XB equals 1. YA equals XA PA naught upon P total, which is technically how much? Which is XA PA naught divided by XA PA naught plus XB PB naught. Likewise, what is YB? YB is XB PB naught divided by P total, which is XB PB naught divided by XA PA naught plus XB PB naught. All of you understand this part? Please note down. So where I'm condensing the vapor, XA prime will be YA and XB prime will be YB. Is it clear or not? Complete vapor I'm taking, converting into liquid. Okay? When you do that, this will again raise its vapor. Assume that this is YA prime and YB prime this time. This is vapor, this is liquid. So what is the mass this time? Mass will be XA prime PA naught plus XB prime PB naught will be the new pressure total. I'm calling it PT prime. Okay. What is YA prime? YA prime will be XA prime PA naught divided by current PT prime, which is XA prime PA naught divided by XA prime PA naught plus XB prime PB naught, or actually it is YA PA naught upon YA PA naught plus YB PB naught. क्या समझ पा रहे हो? So new vapor will be having dependence on these values. जो काम आपने यहाँ पे किया, same thing you have to repeat for this case. अभी see YA YB is in place of XA and XB. Same thing I'm just copying, nothing new. Is it clear? Next time you take the vapor, again condense. Now what will happen? Now this will be XA double prime, XB double prime, YA double prime, YB double prime, and hence the values will be total pressure. If I call this total pressure as some PT double prime, which will be XA double prime PA naught plus XB double prime PB naught, and what is YA double prime? It will be XA double prime PA naught upon XA double prime PA naught plus XB double prime PB naught. What is YB double prime? XB double prime PB naught divided by XB double prime PB naught plus XB XA PA naught and XB double prime PB naught. कर लोगे? Basically I'm just writing the same thing again, right? Next time करना होगा तो फिर से repeat कर दूँगा. Is it clear? Information with the data to make it more clear. Let's say your PA naught and PB naught are given as 200 units and 100 units. Naught is given as 200, PB naught is 100. What is meaning of PA naught is 200, PB naught is 100? PA naught is 200, PB naught is 100 means vapor pressure of A is higher than vapor pressure of B. What is meaning of it? A is more volatile or less volatile? If something has had more vapor pressure, it is more volatile or less volatile? अरे वाह, जिस चीज़ की वेपर ज़्यादा बन रही है वो कम volatile है? क्या बोल रहे हो? फिर से सोचो. आप बोल रहे हो इसका वेपर प्रेशर इतना, इसकी वेपर का प्रेशर इतना और इसकी वेपर का प्रेशर इतना ही है, तो कौन सी चीज ज्यादा वोलेटाइल है? द वन विच इज मोर वोलेटाइल. वोलेटाइल मीन्स ईज ऑफ गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू वेपर. द वन विच हैज मोर वेपर प्रेशर, इट इज मोर वोलेटाइल. सिंपल. यस और नो? इट्स बॉइलिंग पॉइंट विल बी लेस. सो दिस इज मोर वोलेटाइल. यस और नो? दिस इज मोर वोलेटाइल. नाउ लेट्स डू अ मैथ्स. लेट्स से XA इज हाफ, XB इज हाफ. आपने दोनों को बराबर मौका दिया कि भाई हाफ हाफ दोनों जाओ और दोनों वेपर बनाओ अपनी. तो किसकी वेपर यहाँ पे मिलने के चांस ज्यादा है? ए की या बी की? ए की. क्यों? क्योंकि ए वेपर प्रेशर ज्यादा है, ए मोर वोलेटाइल. इज इट क्लियर? चलो मैथ्स चेक करते हैं. हाउ मच इज YA कमिंग अप? हाफ ऑफ PA naught divided by total pressure. How much is total pressure? Half of 200 plus half of 100, which is how much? 150. तो कितना आ जाएगा ये? 100 by 150 is how much? 2/3. कुछ समझ में आया? यानी आपने शुरुआत तो हाफ हाफ से की थी. You started with half and half, but A became 2/3 and B remained 1/3. So this was half half. This is 2/3 1/3. This will be 2/3 1/3. Can you guess what will this be? Will it be more than 2/3 or not? It has to be. Let's do the maths. So if it is 2/3 of 200 plus 1/3 of 100 is 500 by 3. And YA prime is how much? 2/3 of 200 divided by 500 by 3, which is mathematically how much? 4 upon 5. So this value has become now 4 by 5 and 1 by 5. So just see, you started with half. You gave equal opportunity to two students to prepare for JEE. एक इतना अच्छा कर गया, एक खराब कर गया. फिर से आपने फिर से मौका दिया. दूसरा और अच्छा कर गया, पहला खराब कर गया. ठीक है. अभी ज़्यादा अच्छा समझ में आया एग्जाम्पल के साथ. सेम आप पेपर को अप्लाई कर दो. So 2/3, 1/3 becoming 4/5, 1/5. Next time, without even solving, you can say this 4/5, 1/5 will become how much? Can you understand the maths? Without solving, see the numbers here. 2/3, 2 into 2, 4. 1/3, 1 into 1, 5. 4 plus 1. So, अब क्या होना चाहिए? 4 by 5. 4 into 2, 8. And 1 into 1, 9. कितने लोग बता सकते हैं कि 8 by 9 ही आना चाहिए? आना चाहिए कि नहीं? चेक करो. और ये 1 by 9 आना चाहिए. Check please. ये आप कंफर्म करो. Do it now. Try this question. 220. कोई सा आंसर आएगा इसमें से? How will you approach this question? 2 moles of A, total moles 2 plus 3. So this is mole fraction. Remember, you have to solve mole fraction, not moles. So this is mole fraction of A. What is PA naught? 100 torr. What is mole fraction of B? What is PB naught? क्या solve कर सकते हो उसको? So this is 9 plus 2, 1100 divided by 5, which will be 220. Answer will be none of the above. So just to give an idea, if we have A and B liquids and they are raising their own vapor A and B, X and XB are the mole fractions of A and B in liquid phase. Over a period of time, they will raise their vapor. Vapor pressure of pure liquid is given as PA naught. Vapor pressure of pure liquid B is given as PB naught. Total pressure would have been PA naught if there is just A, and total pressure would have been PB naught if there is just B. But since both of them are there, they will both contribute, and the values are XA PA naught plus XB PB naught, considering the fact that XA and XB are the mole fractions of A and B respectively in the given setup. Now, do we understand that XA plus XB equal to 1? So how many of you agree that if I call P total as PT, PT will be equal to XA PA naught plus 1 minus XA PB naught, which is XA times PA naught minus PB naught plus PB naught, which is 1 minus XB PA naught plus XB PB naught, and that can also be written as, see, this time I have replaced XB, now I am replacing XA. Can you do that? So what will be answer? It will be PA naught plus XB times PB naught minus PA naught. क्या आपको दोनों रिलेशन समझ में आ रहे हैं? सिंपल सी मैथ्स है. XA is 1 minus XB, XB is 1 minus XA. एक बार मैंने XA रख दिया, एक बार मैंने XB रख दिया. Can you write these relations? So if I know any one of them, I can always get the total pressure with the help of this. PA naught, PB naught is given. Now, so let's say, if you recall your last discussion, if this is the first group, what do we call this first group? We call it alkali metal. Alkali metals. Okay, first. They all will end at, so what are you going to get that? 1s1, 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, and this 1, 2, 3, 4 are basically period number. Have we done these things earlier? Can you recall this? Great. That's what is mentioned here. Elements with 1s electron in the outermost are called group 1, the alkali metals, and the elements with 2s electron, S2 basically, are known as group 2 elements or alkaline earth metals. Okay, these two terms are clear. Alkali metals, यहाँ पे कौन मिलेगा? Alkaline earth metal. Magnesium is alkali metal or alkaline earth metal? Magnesium, alkaline earth. Beryllium is alkali or alkaline earth metal? Okay, Lithium is alkali, right? Is it clear? Can you understand these things? Okay. Please, you should know these parts, right? And what is this total thing called? This is called S block element. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? S block element. इसमें क्या हुआ है? Because table was like this. First, understand? You have to jump 10 units. So, if this was group number 2, then 10 ka gap, 2 will become 12 and then one more. So this is 13. Are you understanding? Similarly, 2p2 will be, answer, 14. 2p3 will be 15. And likewise 2p4 will be 16. 2p5 will be 17. And 2p6 will be 18. Whatever I have written for 2p is valid for 3p, valid for 4p, valid for 5p, valid for 6p. Are you understanding? Whatever I have written for 2p is valid for this. So let's say you are given somewhere 5p1. So this 5p1 is group 13 member. If somebody gave you 4p4 at the end, 4p4, so which group member? 16th member. And if somebody has given you, let's say 3p6, so that is 18 group member. क्या समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Please note it down. This is very important discussion. Anyone having problem, please ask. All this jointly called what? From here till here, they are jointly named as P block elements. And where are they placed? They are placed here, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. कर लेंगे? The similar way, the element which enters last, electron in d orbital, is called d block element. अब ये थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. जैसे मैं आपको एक लिख के देता हूँ. Note down. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d9, 3d8 let's say. Okay, 3d9 नहीं हो सकता. Let's say this is given. Now in this case, you observe in electronic configuration, 3d is at the end. Okay, these kind of elements will be considered as D block element, but there's a catch. The catch is that these elements, if you see 3, you can misunderstand that this is in period number 3, but actually it is in 3 plus 1, period number 4. इनका period क्या होगा? 4. इनका row number कौन सा होगा? 4. So why it is 4? You have to see this member. 4s is already taken up. Remember 4s कब involve होता है? 4th period में. अब अगर आपने 4s को involve कर लिया, D उसके बाद आ रहा है, then of course 4th period में आप हो तभी तो 4s involve हुआ है. Use this common sense. Don't just see that 3D and mark period number 3. That's a big mistake. Now what is the learning out of this? Learning is when we draw the table, in the table, whenever you start writing 3D member, you are already reached which period number? 4. Yani period number 4 will be 3D. So with that logic, period number 5 will be, and period number 6 will be 5D, and period number 7 will be 6D. Okay, just note it down. Try to write these electronic configuration. One for lanthanum, cerium, hafnium and uranium. This one आपको हो जाएगा. मेरे को ये पता होना चाहिए कि भाई 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. यहाँ तक 18 हो जाते हैं. Right? This is one milestone. So if you fill 2, 2, 6, 2, 6, कितना हो गया? 18. 18 are filled up to this point. Then next milestone will be somewhere here. Okay? 2, 10 and 6 again. How much? 18, 2, 20, 30, 36. तो ये वाला milestone आपको ध्यान रखना है. 18. This is called 36. Now remember, argon is 18. Okay? Krypton is 36. Then xenon 54, and then 86 radon. So these are some milestones which can always help you in writing these setups. Up, let's say till this point I would have written simply Kr. 36 है तो ये मेरे को टेंशन नहीं है. I'll just write Kr up to this point. After Kr क्या है वो सोच लेते हैं थोड़ा ध्यान से, right? Or let's say you're writing 50 something, then you can go till xenon. So xenon के लिए क्या करोगे? 2, 10, 6, 12 6 18 कितना पहुंच गया? यहाँ पे 18 था, यहाँ पे 36 था और यहाँ पे आप पहुंच चुके हो 54 में। यहाँ तक कोई टेंशन तो नहीं होनी चाहिए, टिल 54 आराम से पहुंच जाओगे। एनीवन हैविंग डाउट? हाँ, सो नाउ द फर्स्ट मेंबर 54 के बाद आपको 57 चाहिए, राइट? तो कैसे लिखोगे उसको? उसका आंसर होगा 6s2 5d1। यहीं पे कैच है। क्यों 5d1 होगा? बिकॉज ये कौन से ब्लॉक का एलिमेंट है? डी ब्लॉक का। लैंथेनम इज डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट, यू नो दैट। यहाँ पे एफ ऑर्बिटल इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो रही, डी ब्लॉक का एलिमेंट है, d1 आएगा पहले, राइट? सो 6s 4f 5d 5d। अब इसके बाद 4f आपकी फिलिंग शुरू होगी, राइट? 6x के बाद 4f 5d है, बट 4f यहाँ पे क्या एक तरीके से nil है, because it's a D block element, right? Are you understanding? So this is one catch. When it comes to cerium, the next member, cerium is 58. जैसे ये 58 होगा, 5d को 2 नहीं करोगे, 5d 1 ही रहेगा और 4f में 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन चला जाएगा. Now 5d1 will remain constant now. Why? Because if you see the placement of this is 3d1, this is 4d1, this is 5d1, and this is 6d1, and 4f starts here. Are you understanding this part? So you have to write 5d1 and 4f1. This is a catch. ये बात समझ में आ रही है? Next member is 72. I wrote D block element, hafnium. To reach 72, can I say 54 तक पहुंच चुके हो? इसके बाद कितने members चाहिए अपने को? 54 में 72 माइनस करो, 18 members चाहिए, 18 more electrons. So this is a member of D block again, and the placement of this is, so वहाँ पे placements आपको आनी चाहिए, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, and rutherfordium, right? So this is about hafnium. This was 57. Then 58 to 71. You have a multi-story 58 to 71, and this member is now 72. You know that. तो अब member कहाँ तक आएगा? 4f पूरा fill हो जाएगा 14 member से, and 5d one member already used, one more member will be used. Please count now. 54 plus 2, 56 plus 4, 60 plus 10, 70 and 2, 72. आ गया समझ में? The pattern should be very clean and clear, and that you have to understand by looking at this, not just adding the numbers. वहाँ पे फंस जाओगे, ठीक है? You have to see that these are D block members. वो आपको clear होना चाहिए. 92. To get 92, can I say better we reach first red on 86? Once you reach 86, 92 can be reached easily. And how do you reach 86? How are we going to reach 86? What should be our approach to reach 86? So can we say we fill this whole thing, we fill this whole thing, we fill D completely, fill कर दूं, और ये 6, ये पूरा ऐड करके देखो. This is 54 plus 2, 56, 60, 70, 80 and 86. आ गया. 86 is done. After 86 के बाद मेरे को 92 चाहिए, तो आप 7s को इन्वॉल्व करोगे. 7s of course 2 member 88 हो गए. Yes or no? And after 7s what you going to involve? 5f है और 6d है, बट भूल मत जाना 6d को फिल करना पहले, ठीक है? अब ये हो गया 86, 87, 88. माइलस्टोन विल हेल्प यू आउट. माइलस्टोन तो गलत मत करना. 88 के बाद 89 और 89 के बाद 3 और चाहिए, तो आपको कहाँ पे जाना पड़ेगा? बताइए कौन सा f यूज करूं? Which f will be used now? हाँ, 5f. 5f में कितने यूज कर सकते हैं? 3 members. आ गया? समझ में आया? So 5f के 3 members यूज कर लो, आपका आंसर आ गया. कर पाओगे configurations? Any issues in water? अब कैसे रिएक्शन करोगे? Water will go and attack. This will form O negative, Rc O negative, OH2 plus LH2. कर लेंगे, सेम काम रिपीट कर दिया, पहले कर दिया. This O negative can grab in this hydrogen, can form RCOH NH2 OH. Now two oxygens, two OH on one position are not stable. We have done this earlier, right? Dihydrate किया है कि नहीं class में? Two OH on same place is not very stable formation, right? So what they normally do? One remove others, right? ये किया हुआ discussion? Dihydrate वाला discussion आपने कर रखा है इसमें, right? अगर ऐसा करोगे तो फिर वापस यही पहुंच जाओगे. So problem is we are in a catch-22 loop. इधर से इधर वापस वहाँ से घूमते रहेंगे सब. That will not solve any product. So what is the other option? Other option is, let's not do it, rather let's do something else. So what is the other option? Just observe. So I'll just rewrite this thing again, parallelly. So this is RCOH. This was the structure. Removal of this is not giving me any possibility because that's not going to happen, right? Because that will take me always to this part. So what we do is we have H plus in the system. H plus system में आपके पास है ये available है. You take this H plus, make a neutral molecule of ammonia, form RCOH, NH3 plus. Now repeat the same thing and remove ammonia. Why I'm removing ammonia, not water? Because ammonia removal is irreversible. Water removal is going back to here. Again water will attack. Again you remove water, again it will go here. Again it will attack. तो एक continuous loop में फंसे हुए आप. ठीक है? Yeah, let it go, no. But see, eventually what is going to happen is amide is something which is through partial hydrolysis. If you have a lot of water, water will keep on attacking unless until you go to some route which is giving you a final product. Yeah, see this part you understand. OH pushes, this can become double bond OH plus and OH is out. So if this becomes RC double bond OH plus NH2 and OH minus is out, don't think it is amide. Now amide will again attack, amide will again be attacked by water. फिर से यही काम होगा, फिर से amide बनाओगे, फिर से अटैक होगा. मतलब ये कहीं बाहर नहीं जा पा रहा है. या तो आप amide पे stuck हो गए. That is one option. Other option is there is another way to move forward, which will happen parallelly. Ammonia will form. OH will push this time. Ammonia as a neutral molecule can go out. It will form this time RC double bond OH plus NH2. Okay, ammonia is out already, and this H plus will leave to form. OH. So this OH will leave to form RC double bond OH. So it's a long mechanism, but eventually we can end up getting COH in place of CN via amide to COH. Maybe. Any doubt in this first of all? Let's clarify all the doubts once again. So cyanide, C triple bond NH plus, water, formation of this iminol, amide. Amide is being attacked and then we get this kind of reaction. रुकोगे कहाँ पे जाके? एक बार ये बन गया तो यहाँ पे आपका फिर ये रिएक्शन ओवर हो गया. इसके बाद अब कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या? Can you do anything after this? No. So you started with RCN, you end up getting RCOH. What you should know is CN to COH. At least ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. RCN can become RCOH. I've shown the complete mechanism. Maybe you understood 40% of it. Maybe you can reflect upon partially, but not fully. That's okay. But the overall thing you should be able to comprehend, right? Is it clear? So this is one very important mechanism where cyanide become COH. अब ऐसे ही एक और mechanism कर लो. Mechanism की बात चल रही तो एक और करा देता हूँ. Diazotization. ये भी काफी important mechanism होती है. आनी चाहिए. First you note down this. N2 plus Cl minus. Correct. CHO18 this particular structure. Can we break from here? No. So यहाँ से break करोगे, OH हो गया, यहाँ पे आपने यहाँ पे I होना चाहिए, हाँ OH सॉरी I नहीं, OH चल रहा है हाइड्रोलाइसिस। RCN केस में RCOH हो जाएगा, अभी सीखा है, पूरा मैकेनिज्म कराया इसका मैंने आपको डिटेल में, राइट? RCOH formation we have done or not today? Okay. And remember one of the product was ammonia. That ammonia can take H plus form and H4 plus and some salt. If it is basic medium, it forms RCO minus. Basic medium में acid नहीं बनेगा. Basic medium में salt of acid बनता है. I repeat, basic medium में हमेशा salt of acid बनेगा. Salt of acid. Salt of acid means H plus मत दो इसको. बाकी सब ठीक है. Same answer. Ester, acid and alcohol. Ester in basic medium, salt of acid and alcohol. Please note down these reactions. ये सब आपको कर चुके हैं, आरसीएन रिएक्शन आज ही किया आपने, तो ये कोई मुश्किल काम नहीं है. So basically what are we doing right now? We are doing hydrolysis for different cases. अल्कोहल ईथर से आगे निकल चुके हैं, अब आप साइनाइड की हाइड्रोलाइसिस की बात कर रहे हो, एस्टर की हाइड्रोलाइसिस की बात कर रहे हो, because the topic is hydrolysis, right? So you can do it for all other cases. Quickly write down. Anhydride देख लो. Anhydride can also break here and here you can get. If it is PCl5 reaction, what's the answer for the same question? PCl5. Last class में किया था PCl5. COCl, COCl. कुछ याद है? PCl5 reactions we have done or not for these cases? Yes. ठीक है, डन फॉर द डे. इतना आप नोट कर लीजिए. रिमेनिंग विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास, राइट? जस्ट मार्क इट आल्सो. Of this table, anyone, any idea? So right now, basically there's a concept in statistics बोलते हैं basically, right? So there's a concept in stats called what is the use of stats? So C for collection, लिख लीजिए. Organization, presentation, analysis, and the most important thing is interpretation. Now just try to understand this logic. Complete periodic table is based on this logic. So you want to collect information about elements, you want to organize information about elements, you want to present information about element, you want to analyze information about elements, and then at the end you want to interpret information about the elements. Okay, so always remember this word. This is the fundamental requirement of any table. Okay, COPAI. Same is the logic behind our table also, right? So what we consider here, we collect information about different elements. Okay, we organize them based on the blocks, SPDF, okay, based on metal, non-metal, metalloid, okay, based on their electronic configuration. Yes or no? Do we do these things or not? And then we present them in form of a table. The table looks like this. Now this table we have discussed earlier also in our previous discussion, atomic structure, right? Analysis. Then we analyze, okay, if I go down the group, what will happen? If I go this way, 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 what will happen? If I see these elements, what is happening? So we try to understand different properties and then interpret. So what we try to decide here, we can decide about sizes of how these sizes are changing, okay, how their ionization energy is changing, how electron affinity is changing, how metallic nature is changing, okay, how their effective nuclear charge is changing. So we are going to talk about a lot of properties, and this particular topic will become the backbone of your full inorganic chemistry, electron affinity. Okay, so this topic will become the backbone of complete inorganic chemistry, and inorganic chemistry is 1/3 of chemistry. So physical chemistry, organic and inorganic. This is how any exam tackles these topics. Be it JEE exam, be it NEET exam, be it advanced exam, be it your board exams or school exams. Everywhere this will be the standard weightage, right? And IE is called ionization energy, right? So this is how you have to learn a lot. I'll discuss, everything is there in the module, don't worry, okay? So let's start the topic. On the first page you can find this kind of discussion where they have mentioned something. The chemical classification properties of elements are largely governed by the number of electrons, right? Just check that. Check the first page. So it's a trivial thing, right? Can you go to the next page? Need of classification, already I've explained. Need of classification is for COPAI. यहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हो COPAI. Now at first, Lavoisier classified the element into two categories. He said metal और non-metal. दो ही categories होती है भाई, कोई और तीसरी category नहीं होती है. So when you talk about metal, he proposed that the properties of metal are basically they are hard but not brittle. They are soft but brittle. They conduct heat and electricity, and in general they do not conduct heat and electricity. We will also talk about chronology of periodic table, how table got developed from the oldest form to the newest form, and what were the fundamentals there, right? Everything we'll talk about. Metallic, shine, and no shine. Lustrous means shine. Sonorous as in they will create sound, right? If you just hit it, right? No such property. आप सोचो, आप अगर hit करोगे एल्यूमिनियम को तो आवाज आएगी. Okay, if you hit, let's say, gold, you will hear noise, right? But let's say if you hit carbon, तो उनका कह रहे हैं भाई कोई आवाज नहीं आ रही यहाँ. Fine. अब कुछ लोग बोलेंगे सर डायमंड में तो आती है, हिट करोगे तो आवाज तो आएगी, राइट? ठीक है. So again, that's why it is a very basic, trivial like differences that we have carved out here, right? Moving forward, come to the next part. You'll find this may be defined as the table which classifies all the known elements in accordance with their properties in such a way that elements with similar properties are grouped together in the same vertical column and dissimilar elements are separated from one another. काफी important line है, इसको आप underline कर लीजिए. Okay? Just underline this. Again, I have given you in the printed form so that you are not supposed to write everything and waste your time. Okay? Just understand these things. That's more important. अब short में लिख लो. Now coming to chronology of periodic table. तो आप देख सकते हो earlier attempts were made. Okay? And these were most important attempts. So one is Dobriner's triad, one is Newland's law of octave, one is Lothar-Meyer curve, other is Mendeleev's. Now this person you know, all of you know, because his model was very close to the reality and which is used nowadays also. These models we forgot because they become obsolete. Okay. Apart from that, there are many more models. I'll show you certain models, certain pictures as well. So again, no need to write down these names. We'll see one by one. So the first one, as you can see, is Dobriner's or Dobriner's, what do you call, law. ठीक है? इन्होंने क्या बोला भाई? इनका simple logic था. They grouped elements as E1, E2, E3. So they have taken not a table, they have taken set of 3 elements. Okay? 3 element के sets बनाए इन्होंने. इन्होंने बोला जो middle वाला element है, this is arithmetic mean of other two. Arithmetic mean क्या होता है? Arithmetic mean is E1 plus E3 divided by 2 will be E2. Now what they are doing here, which property they are considering? Atomic weight. So they took atomic weight of first one, third one divided by 2. अरे देखो सेकंड से मैच कर गया, तो ये क्या है, ये तीनों एक साथ रख दो. This was the logic. Is the logic clear? For instance, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Chlorine, bromine and iodine. एक bracket. Anyone who knows the relative atomic weight of chlorine, approximate? Very good. Iodine पता है आपको? 127 एक क्वेश्चन किया होगा शायद. नहीं चलो कोई बात नहीं, ऐड करके देखो. 127 plus 35.5 अपॉन 2 कितना होता है? Yes, 162.5 by 2, which is 81.25. Right or not? कर लेंगे. अच्छा, ब्रोमीन का जो वेट है वो कितना होता है? ब्रोमीन वेट इज अराउंड 80. तो ये आसपास है, मतलब देखो एग्जैक्ट तो मैच नहीं कर रहे, बट ये आसपास है. समझ में आई बात? तो उन्होंने बोला भाई ये तीनों भाई एक साथ रहेंगे, है ना, एक साथ, ये एक ही है, इनको एक ब्रैकेट में रख दो इन तीनों को. सो दे आर वन फैमिली मेंबर. You get the point? So he randomly picked up three members and tried to put in the same bracket. Is it okay? Similarly, calcium, strontium and barium. Okay, so you can do the same thing. Calcium, strontium and barium. What is calcium's molecular weight? Calcium molecular weight is 40. What is barium's molecular weight? Any idea? कोई guess? कुछ भी? If I'm not wrong, 137.5. दोनों को ऐड करो. सो 177.5 का हाफ कितना हुआ? ओके. एंड स्ट्रॉन्शियम कितना होता है? दिस यू नो ऑलरेडी, राइट? सो these three are the members, right? This is the strontium. Understand? Yeah, so he took, see, now you are understanding, right? So what he did was randomly picking three things, but you understand what he was picking actually? He was picking 3 members of a same group. That time it was a big deal, no? See, something he found at least, right? So, yeah. Any difficulty in this part? Yeah, strontium's atomic weight will be definitely close to that, right? Okay, so we can check that number also, but I hope you understand the logic, what we are trying to do. Strontium का exact value है 87. ठीक है, आसपास ही पहुंच गया. Now come to the next page. Can I remove this? Is it clear? Now come to the next page. I've given some examples here. Lithium 7, potassium 39, sodium 23. Match कर गए, exact match है. This one is exact match. Check this one. Sulfur, selenium and tellurium. 32, 128, 80, 78. Approximate match. Chlorine, bromine, iodine. Approximate match. Then calcium, strontium, barium. So 88.5, 87. Approximate match. Is it clear? So he was, to some extent, he was right also. अभी तारीफ करी तो आप तारीफ कर सकते हो, है ना? Yes. Any doubt in this? No, the point is that time even these atomic weights were not known with the clarity. He would have taken some random isotopes and nearby values are matching, right? So we should appreciate. See, if you want to analyze critically, you can say 10 wrong things about the person, but think about that time he at least found that 3 members are alike or they are having some pattern. Itself is a big deal. Okay, so yeah. Next page.
What if multiple elements have the same thing? 4.
Yeah, so that is again, of course, then these things will come up later. These things are drawbacks of that, right? What you are telling is again a drawback of the whole thing, right? So yes, there were drawbacks. Otherwise, there was no need of mentally stable, no? And then there is no need of modern table. So there were drawbacks, there were issues, but these issues was resolved one after the other. Coming to the next part, look at this again. So I hope these values are clear. So one probable question is, they can give you a set of 3 members and say, check whether these are part of Dobereiner's triad or not. That can be one probable question, right? So mostly you will observe that they are same group members, same group members, same group members, same group members, same group members. Okay, so they are almost same group members, right? This is atomic mass basis 1850 में जो काम हुआ है, right? Later you can see on the basis of atomic number when we do. So this was not done by Dobriner, right? This we are doing. Now these numbers will be match, 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 and exact match. So what is the learning? Later, once you do the same thing with atomic number, this will be itself a proof that atomic number is a better choice for periodicity of these properties. Is it clear? So, but his model was not atomic number, his model was atomic mass. Let's come to the next part. Now you can see, next is, if the chemical elements are arranged according to increasing atomic weight, ऐसे ही लिखना है बिल्कुल, ठीक है? Increasing atomic, लिख लो एक बार, because definition तो पूछी जाएगी आपसे एग्जाम में, तो फिर से लिखी हुई वहाँ पे फिर से लिख लो आप उसके आसपास. You have space, right? If the chemical elements are arranged according to increasing atomic weight, those with similar physical and chemical properties occur after each interval of 7 elements, right? Which is something inspired by, यही होता है ना? I am not a music person, but थोड़ा बहुत मेरे को भी पता है, यही होता है. कर लोगे? I listen music, that's why I listen to music. Cannot sing, cannot play any instrument. Any problem in this? अच्छा जी, अब देखो उसके बाद क्या हुआ चमत्कार. After that, again, please don't write too many things. Just see the things and you will understand. So we'll not spend too much energy on the stuff which is not useful for you also. Though it may look very interesting. कि चलो इस पे और बातें करते हैं, ठीक है? Now see, in the Middle Ages, right? Initially they used to use this kind of symbol: fire, air, water, earth, silver. Okay, some random symbols they used to use, right? Then they try using this kind of graphs and setups for table. Then table became in this format. Just see this picture. Okay, so complex, like a shape of some kind of, let's say some kind of hand kind of thing, right? Then somebody came up with the idea, no, table ऐसा होना चाहिए. हाइड्रोजन हीलियम टॉप पे रख दो, फिर ये रख दो, फिर ये रख दो, फिर ऐसे ऐसे करते कुछ बनाने की कोशिश करें. I'm just showing you how things develop, right, over a period of time. So it's not, it's very easy for us to see and say, भाई ये इतना easy काम था. But that was a task because many people have put a lot of effort and then somebody has arranged those things in a right direction and then we got this table, right? Then see the next type of table. Somebody tried in a circular fashion also. कि ऐसा कुछ try करते हैं. Because see, if you don't have any idea that table ऐसे बनना तो you can try all possible ways, right? Then comes this form of table. Okay. Now, there is major contribution by this person. Write down, or here it's already written there. Just read it here. Lothar Meyer. Can you find this? So what he proposed is, physical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. Very important line. Remember, physical properties are periodic functions of atomic. What is meaning of periodic function? Which happens after a given time frame, right? Or we can say given setup, right? So let's say कोई pattern दिख जाए आपको, periodicity. जैसे आपने 2 से start किया, 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18, 18 plus 8 is 26, something like that. So you have some pattern. So he found some kind of pattern, but this pattern was not random. So this was the first serious attempt, I will say, with complete scientific temperament in the history of periodic table. What he did, he plotted volume of different elements with their atomic masses. Okay, और उसके लिए उसने जो भी किया, but उसने एक ऐसा diagram बनाया. So this question comes in exam and you should be able to write y-axis what they have used, atomic volume. X-axis what he has written, atomic mass. Okay, volume versus mass. So if you increase mass, how the volume is changing? Can I say volume can comment directly on the size? Think about it. Volume can comment directly on the size. So if you just observe this thing, there are some critical observations. One is sodium, potassium, rubidium. So write down point number 1. Neha and Shali, is it clear to you? Interesting है, simple है बहुत. So very simple topic. आपको आराम से समझना है, कोई जल्दीबाजी नहीं है. I will tell you what exactly will be asked in the exam. I will help you in finding out that thing. How you can remove the useless 30-40% content which is completely useless for this topic, and 60% which is useful for this topic. Where you have to put more energy, where you have to put less energy. I'll tell everything. Okay, but you have to focus. So this is most important. जितना भी अभी तक डिस्कशन हुआ है उसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है अभी जो डिस्कशन हो रहा है. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टिल नाउ व्हाटएवर वी हैव स्पेंट लास्ट 25 मिनट्स ऑन द क्लास, राइट? So observe first thing, sodium, potassium, rubidium. All of you know the placement of sodium, potassium, rubidium. Sodium, potassium, rubidium. इसके ऊपर होता है लिथियम, इसके बाद क्या आएगा? सीजियम. So see लिथियम यहाँ पे कुछ रह रहा है, ठीक है? अब ये टॉप पे तो नहीं है, बट चलो इसको मैं टॉप पे नहीं मानता, इसको मैं साइड में रख लेता हूँ. But can you observe this pattern very clearly? So what do you observe? That the atomic volume with the size will be having peaks, और peaks पे क्या है मेरे पास? Group 1 के element, Group 1 elements peak में. Can you observe that? I'm not considering right now. I'm considering what I have right now. Okay? So Li को साइड में रख लो थोड़ी देर के लिए. Don't talk about Li. Just see sodium, potassium, and rubidium. Is it clear? See the next important thing. When you come down the peak, next member is from second family, second group. Check कर लीजिए. Magnesium, calcium, strontium. Okay. Even after Li, beryllium is there, but Li is not a peak, so I'm not counting it. Can you observe that? So can you also observe that after that the next member is this? What is the learning from this? Sodium, potassium, rubidium are group number 1 element. अब थोड़ा common sense लगाओ यहाँ पे. Group 1 element है, and when I go from 1 to 2 places, size is decreasing, atomic volume is decreasing. What does this indicate? Can I say this indicate a big thing? This indicate drop in size. Can you observe? This indicate drop in size when you go from 1 to 2, left to right, for at least 1 and 2 I'm talking about, not 3, not 4, not anyone. But 1 and 2 we can talk about. This is a decrease in size. Are you understanding this logic? Decrease in size as in volume is more, volume is less. Volume का formula क्या होगा? Atom volume का formula. Okay, if volume is more, R will be more. So whose R is more? K or Ca? That's what I'm telling. Okay. Can I say the radius of K is bigger than radius of C? This much is telling. Yes or no? Is it telling or not this much? Now see. Just see one more observation here. You can observe that all of these elements are making a kind of herd, right? Or they are all collected at some common values with not much major changes. Can you observe? So this gives idea about keeping them in some different kind of place. Yes or no? So these things you can start thinking. Now come to that. According to Lothar-Meyer, elements having similar properties occupy the similar positions in atomic volume with atomic mass curve. Okay. Next. इसका आंसर दे दीजिए. Atomic volume, atomic mass, so आंसर हो जाएगा Lothar-Meyer, right? इसका आंसर. Which of the following statement is not correct? Check the next page. Okay. फिर से देख लो. इसका आंसर C. इसका आंसर. Answer this. Is not correct about Lothar-Meyer classification in the form of curve. The elements present at peaks are chemically very active. Alkaline earth metals are present at the descending, नीचे उतरते हुए, descending portion of the curve. Elements present in TRO are chemically very reactive and are known as representative elements. ये भी आपने नहीं पढ़ा है. The elements present in TRO are chemically, ये कट गया question ही. Just leave this question for the time being. Okay. Now come to this part. Is it clear? The last table is clear. Anyone any problem in this part? Simple. Now come to the next discussion, which is more interesting. So now we have moved to the next part, which is Mendeleev's periodic law. What is Mendeleev's law? Read this statement. Physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. ठीक है, ये statement Mendeleev की statement थी. Atomic masses, not atomic number, right? So this line is important. Old Mendeleev table is good question for exam, school exam. What they can ask? What was the conclusion from, or what was the observation of Mendeleev? What was his observation and based on what facts? What is the achievement of Mendeleev table? Okay, what exactly he achieved out of it, right? Then question is, what were the drawbacks of Mendeleev, right? What were the key problems of Mendeleev, right? Those things they can ask. Can you understand these things? Any issues? चलिए तो उस पर बात करते हैं. Mendeleev arranged elements in horizontal rows and vertical columns of table in order of their increasing atomic weights in such a way that elements with similar properties occupy the same vertical column or row. I think this is what we have currently also in our table. Any problem in this? So this line is clear, everyone? Now there are a few questions here. Question number 1. What is the periodic table? ये आपको पता है. What information is obtained from the table? How can elemental properties be predicted based on the periodic table? Very important question. And in Mendeleev table, he was not able to, because that time all the elements were not there. So he was knowing few elements, but he put some blanks also. कि भाई ये element है, but यहाँ पे मैं एक जगह छोड़ रहा हूँ. इसमें जब element मिले तो fill कर लेना. और देखो यहाँ पे एक element मिलेगा, फिर इसके बगल में ये element मिलेगा, but ये वाला element मेरे को नहीं पता है, but ये वाला fill कर लेना. ऐसे इसने बहुत सारे spots छोड़े. You get the point? So Mendeleev has kept a lot of blank spaces also because all the elements were not known based on his logics, right? That was also his contribution. That those spots can be filled at later stage. Yes, any questions?
How did he determine that in this spot only that element shall come?
No, he just predicted the property of element in terms of the atomic number and sizes. He was not knowing any element name or something, right? But he predicted that इसका atomic mass इतना होना चाहिए. Okay.
This atomic mass it should be.
Yes, because that was the only criteria with which he was basing his all effort, right? Is it clear? Any problem in this part? Any issues? Now, come to the next page. So in periodic table, there are two things. One is called period, other is called group. Period is the horizontal row in the periodic table, which is period, and vertical columns are called group, right? So this is period and this is group. इस पे confusion नहीं होनी चाहिए. बहुत से बच्चों को इसी में confusion होती है. Period group नहीं समझते ठीक से. So you please note कर लो. डायग्राम ही बना लो आप तो. Period मतलब horizontal, group मतलब vertical. Period मतलब row. Group means column. कर पाएंगे? Group means column. Simple सी बात है. But yes, we should know that. Now just see. I have reduced your effort of writing to at least 60%. So what I expect is your effort of understanding increased by at least 30%. Yes or no? So please pay more attention. Come to next page. Mendeleev's prediction about gallium. So this is again one interesting thing. So he said that there will be an element. So first of all, you should know where is gallium placed. Then you have more understanding of this. So boron is here. Below that is aluminium, then gallium, then indium, and then thallium. Right? Now this was not known that time. So first thing he call it एका aluminium, as in इसके बाद आएगा भाई. Okay. इस फैमिली में इसके बाद एक मेंबर आएगा. He predicted the atomic mass 68. जिसके atomic mass कितना होगा? 68 होगा. जिसकी डेंसिटी 5.9 के आसपास होगी. मेल्टिंग पॉइंट लो होगा. फॉर्मूला ऑफ ऑक्साइड E2O3 होगा, जैसे Al2O3 बनाता है. एंड फॉर्मूला ऑफ क्लोराइड विल बी लाइक AlCl3, जैसे कि एल्यूमिनियम बनाता है, सेम फैमिली मेंबर. नाउ व्हेन यू नो दीज थिंग्स, डोंट यू थिंक इट बिकम्स इजी फॉर यू टू फाइंड आउट द एलिमेंट? एंड यस, व्हेन साइंटिस्ट फाउंड दिस नंबर वाज ऑलमोस्ट दिस इज लो डेंसिटी ओनली, दिस विल मैच and this is almost match. So it was said कि भाई हाँ इसने बिल्कुल सही prediction की. Is it clear? Understanding this part? Now one such example or two such example you have to memorize also for school exam. Because in school exam they ask like शो सम एग्जाम्पल्स। जेई में तो नहीं पूछता एग्जाम्पल कि रट के आ जाओ, मेरे को एग्जाम्पल बताओ क्या किया था उसने, कितनी वैल्यू। नोबडी विल आस्क, नोबडी विल बॉदर, राइट? बट इन स्कूल एग्जाम दे मे आस्क, सो यू शुड बी at least preparing 1 or 2 such cases just to justify your answer. Is it clear? Shaili and Neha, is it clear to you, both of you? Are you okay with this part? Is it simple? Till this point, is it everything very simple? Now you take a minute, a moment, revise everything what you have done and ask if any doubt. Henry Moseley conducted X-ray experiment on elements. Now this discussion came in the topic named atomic structure also, where we have mentioned something. Under root nu is, anyone who remembers? Under root nu is a times z minus b. Have you done this result in that? Can you recall that? Okay. ये formula याद है आपको? That is the same experiment we are talking about now. Now see, the outcome of his work was introduction of atomic number. It was found that Mendeleev's table was ordered by atomic number instead of atomic mass. He is the first person who brought atomic number into attention, Z into attention, not A. Get the point? Okay. And the inconsistencies in the table were eliminated. Few minutes back, you were saying that, sir, masses are not matching exactly. See, bromine is this is this, right? But now, once we use atomic number, things started matching. More logical it was. Okay. And this is the blueprint of modern table. Coming to the next page. So, Henry Moseley discovered the elements fit into patterns better than when they are arranged according to the atomic number rather than atomic weight. This is the contribution. So, question which can be asked is, what is this guy's contribution? In place of atomic weight, he used word atomic number for periodic functions. Is that clear? Okay. Now, everyone please write down this statement, very important statement. Please write down. Meaning of phase diagram. Phase diagram represents different phases, how their pressure and temperature varies and which particular phase will interconvert, right? So based on temperature, how things will change. So let's draw a phase diagram. What are different stages of H2O? It can exist in solid, liquid and vapor, or you can say gas for that matter. So we'll draw this graph. Okay. So on one axis you plot pressure, on other axis you plot temperature. There is a decreasing trend, straight line decreasing, a curve or a core curve. Draw exactly how I have plotted. We can't change. Okay. So this is solid, this is liquid, and this is gas or vapor. Now I'll explain what is the meaning of it and how it is drawn. See, when you talk about conversion of more temperature conditions, if you go more temperature side, you should have gas. That we can recall. If you increase pressure, gases can become liquid. Yes or no? Okay. If you increase temperature, this can go here and this can go here. ये सारा समझ में आ रहा है आपको? You see the diagram. So you cannot forget that solid उधर है, gas इधर है, liquid किधर है. You know everything, right? You can just think little bit and get it done. Now observe one more thing. If you increase pressure, just see, this is liquid, this is gas, right? So if you increase the pressure, gas can become liquid, and in water case is a special case. Ice will become water with increase of pressure. You know that, because density of ice is less than density of water. That is why ice floats, right? So this sequence is also solid to liquid. You have to increase pressure. Normally for other cases, liquid will become solid if you increase pressure. So normally what we see, gas will become liquid, liquid will become solid as you increase pressure. But water में थोड़ा different है. Water gas to water liquid increased pressure, but water liquid to water solid, basically ice, this is decreased pressure. Is it clear? Is the statement clear? Any doubt in this part? Everyone? Now, if this is clear, this point where all three coexist, we call this point as a triple point. So, इसकी particular temperature value होती है 0.0069, 0.0085 degree Celsius. याद रखना है आपको. If I draw any horizontal line here, let's say at 1 atmosphere, and draw perpendicular, what are these temperatures representing? This represents solid to liquid interconversion. So basically it is freezing point. I'll use word freezing point. Yeah. And this is liquid to gas conversion. So at 1 atmosphere liquid to gas conversion, water के केस में क्या होता है? Boiling point. आ गया? रौनक? समझ में आ गया? Right. So this is basically, this is water liquid to water gas, and this is water solid to water liquid. So this is freezing and this is boiling point. How much is this value? This will be 373 Kelvin and this will be 273 Kelvin. Please draw this diagram. This is for water, this is for H2O, right? The same phase diagram can be drawn for n number of compounds. Na2SO4 10H2O is more complex. It look like this. Sulfur is something like this. Sulfur सुना आपने? Sulfur. Sulfur का phase diagram ऐसा होता है. Rhombic, monoclinic, triclinic, all those things will come. Not required, but you should have idea. So phase diagram is the diagram which represent temperature versus pressure, correlation of different phases on the scale of temperature and pressure, how they change. Okay. The point where all three of them coexist is called triple point. And this structure is called phase diagram. This diagram is called phase diagram because it represents solid to liquid, which is also called liquefaction. बोल सकते हैं? Solid to liquid क्या बोलोगे? Fusion. Okay. Liquid to gas, which is called vaporization. Gas to liquid, condensation. Gas to solid, solid to gas, sublimations and all. Yeah. What's that in? This diagram. Triple point. Not required. Leave it. Yeah. Triple point exists, all three phases coexist. Okay. Triple point shows all three phases coexist, right? At this particular. Yes, Tarun?
Should we write sulfur?
No, not required. Water ही समझ लो पहले भाई. Water ही काफी है. Now just see dP over dt. dP over dt for this part. Just check this part. Can we say dP over dt of this is negative? Can you understand this? P versus T negative slope है तो dP by dt negative होगा इसको. That means if you increase temperature, pressure will decrease, or other way around, right? Just draw. Any doubts on this? Now let's say, can I remove everything from here? पैर भी हिला रहे हैं, हाथ भी हिला रहे हैं. You know, there is something called piezoelectric material. Anyone who has heard of it? Piezoelectric material. Piezoelectric material. तो अगर इसको प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो उससे एनर्जी बन जाएगी. इतना ज़्यादा मूवमेंट है बॉडी में, ऐसे पैर हिलाता रहेगा तो उसको प्रेस करता रहेगा, वहाँ से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बनाई जा सकती है. एंड वी कैन सेल इट in open market. 6 rupees per unit. Can I remove this whole thing? Now see, I need a better diagram, that's why I'm removing. You can continue with your diagram because I hope that you've drawn it properly. So I'll draw another big diagram now. Temperature, pressure, okay. Remember, this is not a straight line, this is not a straight line, this is a straight line. Okay, ये ऐसा ही है, solid, liquid and gas. So in the last diagram, if you recall, when we draw a horizontal line at 760 torr, 76 centimeter mercury, 760 millimeter of mercury, or 1 atmospheric pressure, which are all same, just to revise the units, and drop perpendicular what will these points represent? Freezing point, and this is boiling point. Any problem in this diagram? Now we have to go further in this diagram, that's why I've drawn it again. Now, let's say we mix some solute in water. This is water's diagram. If I mix some solute in water, what happens? This diagram gets shifted like this, okay? What is this? This is pure solvent graph. This is solutions graph. Considering solution as water with something. I'm just drawing for with respect to water right now. Everything what I'm discussing is with respect to water. So when you see this, yes, the nature of graph will be similar to this only. Gaps can be more or less, but it will be almost in the same direction. This perpendicular dropped here, if you draw, you can see some increase in boiling point. This is new boiling point. And there's an increase in boiling point, delta TB. Similarly, if you see freezing point, there is a drop in freezing point, and this we call freezing point new is less than the freezing point old. Now why boiling point will be high and why freezing point will be low? The logic is very simple. The boiling will become complex, the freezing will become complex in presence of some other material which is not water. Hear me out again. Water as a pure solvent, you are freezing pure water. You are mixing some impurities. That impurity will always not allow water to freeze easily. Hence, freezing will be difficult. Will not allow boiling easy, right? So boiling will be difficult. And that's why boiling increases, freezing depresses. This term is known as, this thing which is happening is known as depression in freezing point. And this increase is known as, इसको elevation बोलते हैं, increase नहीं बोलते, but समझते हो elevation in boiling point. Experimentally, scientists found that delta TF is proportional to molality. आज कराया था ये हम लोगों ने किया था. Delta TB is proportional to molality. दोनों ही molality के proportionals. Delta TF and delta TB both were found to be proportional to molality. What is molality? 1 kg of solvent, how many moles of solute? So both were found proportional to be molality. How did they find? They find with experiments, okay? They both were proportional to molality. When I put sign of equality, delta TF, they used a constant KF and M, this is the formula, and here proportionality constant is KB into M. These proportionality constant were given names like cryoscopic constant, okay, or molal depression constant. Likewise, this one is given name as molal elevation constant. Okay, और एबिलियोस्कोपिक, इसका नाम दूसरा होता है एबिलियोस्कोपिक कांस्टेंट. ओके, Again, molar elevation, you can remember molar depression, that's easy, right? Delta TB and delta TF we can solve with the help of this. M is molality. Molality का formula सबको ध्यान है. What is molality? How do you calculate molality? Yes, molality is moles of solute divided by mass of solvent. If it is in gram, multiply 1000. Can you recall this? Easy. So this diagram should be completely clear to all of you. Please note down this information. या इट इज शिफ्टेड डाउन बेसिकली, ये पूरा नीचे चला गया, ठीक है. तो ये ऐसे हो सकता है. सो ये वाला पार्ट राइट जाएगा, ये पार्ट लेफ्ट जाएगा.